Hello and welcome to Shop Talk with Dan the Man. In today's video, we're going to dive into a multi-video series, and that is building my kids a playhouse. At first I called it a tree house, but you'll see in this video that I won't be using a tree to attach it to, so it will be ultimately a playhouse about 6 feet up in the air. So stay tuned and watch this video, and then I have a bunch more to follow. So what I'll do is I'll take this video and the other videos and I'll put them all together in the end for one solid video, and I'll also make a playlist that you can watch if you want to watch them back to back. So stay tuned to find out more. Hello, if you're new to this channel, my name is Dan Shannon. I enjoy woodworking as a hobby and being out in the shop. On this channel, dive deep into my shop as we explore tools and tool reviews, as well as chatting about everything related to woodworking. If this grabs you by the tool belt, please subscribe to my channel if you want more videos like this. So here's my kids' first playhouse I built for them years ago. I made it of hardwood pallets, and since they've grown, obviously this has become way too small for them. So I need to move on to make a bigger structure so that they have somewhere to go to play house and whatever types of playing they would like to do. So it's near the end of March and I am working on my latest project, which is my kids' tree house. So I'm on my backyard. There's my house right here, and I'm in the backyard, and I cut a little spot, and that's where the tree house will go. So everyone has their own property and own land, so you have to figure out where's the best location if you're going to build a structure like this. You can see where my woodshed is right there that I built, and it's going to be right behind that. And yeah, so the first thing you got to do is find the land, and then find out, once you get into the land, I will bring you into the trees here. So find out how big of a area you have to work with in your floor plan. So once you get your paper and you write down your dimensions, you can use some stakes, which I did, and do a rough outline on the ground to kind of see how much land you need to work with. And this is not really a how-to video, but basically this shows you what I did for my kids' treehouse. And yeah, so let's go from there. I will show you the materials, some of the materials I'm using for now, and kind of reclaimed fencing. So I'll bring you over to that. So here's the reclaimed fencing. There's about 8, as you can see there, sections. They're 6 feet by 6 feet. Shout out to Tom for getting those for us, Tom and Erica. That is a great help for this. That's actually the majority of the wood I'll be using is this fencing in this pile. So I'll be cutting each one to the proper size for the walls and for the roof. I'll explain a little bit later how that's going to work, but for now it's just in a pile, and I'm clearing the lot that all this will get set up in. So here's the lot. Hopefully you can hear me fine. It's a little bit breezy out here, but I have a nice, it's going to be 6 by 8 will be the size of it. So you can see there, I got the trees cut up. There was a few trees in the way, so I had to make a clearing. It's a pretty good spot. We got some large trees around. They shouldn't be too much hassle. And here's the rest of my trees that I have to work with, but I wanted to put this right here, kind of nice and tucked in behind my wood shed. So yeah, I'm just prepping the ground. Then I'm gonna put 4 pads because I'm doing 6x6 from my posts. So I'm gonna put the pads, 1 here, 1 there, and then 1 and then 1. So once I get those installed, get the ground prepped. It's not gonna be uneven. So basically, as long as my footings are in their proper spot, the rest of the ground doesn't matter as much. So I just need to get that set up. So that'll be a job for a different day. I got my shovel here, so I'll try to prep the ground as much as possible so I can put the crusher dust down and then pack it and then put my patio stones for the 4x4 or 6x6 rather posts. All right, stay tuned for more on this build. It'll be a bunch of videos that I will do and have it all stitched together. So here's the first part of the foundation. I had to dig down and I repurposed some bricks I had from my fireplace. If you've watched that video, I had demolition, a bunch of bricks in my house. You probably hear my kids in the background. So yeah, so I just made 4 different platforms. I had to dig down on the right side here into the hill slightly, so it leveled them off. And then after that, I'll put some coarse gravel on top and then crusher dust and then patio stones. So I'm building up layers on my foundation. I know this might be overkill, but I had the bricks to work with, so they would help with the frost. So the bigger the pad, the more displacement for the weight. So if there's any heaving, you have a larger area that won't shift compared to a smaller area. That's the theory anyways. So yeah, this is the first stage, and I will do another video of the second stage and so on and so forth. All right, stay tuned. So after the brick layer was down, I put some coarse gravel, then some crusher dust, and then the patio stones, and then I also picked up these concrete 6x6 footers to stabilize the base. So I'm here at my brother's place. He's got his mill, which is where I got my boards done for my kids' playhouse. You can see here, he's got a bunch of product either cut or drying over the next couple of years so he can get some more wood put together. And if you notice here, if I can move over a little bit, yep, there's his mill. And you just put the boards on. I'd love to do a video showing it in action, but he's off to work right now. But anyways, this is his mill, and I got the truck all loaded up and ready to hit the road. All right, I will show you the loading of the trailer. So once I got back to the house, I unloaded the truck and stacked it on a pallet nice and neat and made sure it was off the ground. Here is the 6x6, put it in the footings, and I did some cross bracing all around the structure to make sure the 6x6 were fully level up and down and also square to themselves. And in order to do that, you have to put on cross bracing both high and low to stabilize both top and bottom from kicking out. Also, if there's any wind, it'll keep everything stable so you have no issues with it falling over. Thanks for watching today's video. I hope you learned a little bit about structure builds and enjoyed this content. Please give me a thumbs up. Say that you enjoyed it. If you have any comments, please leave the comments below. Maybe you've built something for your kids and you love to share that. Or maybe you don't have kids and you've also built something that is pretty cool. Leave those comments below as well. I'd love to hear back from you. And if you're not already and you'd like to be part of the Shop Talk family, please click on that subscribe link down below. We'd love to have you on board to talk about carpentry, woodworking, shop projects, tool reviews. Doesn't matter how big or how small your shop is, just get out and enjoy it. And if you're like me and you have other projects outside of the shop, just get out there and build those and enjoy those as well. Until next time, I will talk to you later and have yourself a great day.